Hey everyone, it's me again, Sama, and I actually made sure not to leave my mic muted because I almost started the recording with a muted mic. So, with that out of the way, today we're doing more hunts with Master of Black and Asaro against Lagiacrus, Tempered, 8-star, threat level 5. Honestly, between Seragios and Lagiacrus, I definitely think Lagiacrus is the easier monster to hunt. It's not like, we don't have to worry about bleed, he's not in the air, he's pretty much centered, just have to worry about the cycle pushers that he has. Um, for those who don't know Street Fighter, I feel like Capcom just takes M. Bison's cycle pressure, just gives it to certain monsters, because Lagiacrus has a move where he just spins and like lunges forward, and it literally just looks like the cycle pressure. So I always find that funny, and I always call his move cycle pressure. Dr. Zhang has one. Magna Malo had one, I think. But yeah, it's always nice to see them use that. I'll always call it that. But yeah, I don't think there was anything super crazy in like the first one. So just to give some context, we did 2 hunts. The first one we almost had him, but we couldn't get the nail in the coffin. But the second one we were able to get through. I know there was a funny part regarding the tent. It's always funny when they destroy the tent. But yeah, I definitely aim to get the full armor set, or at least certain armor. Well, I think I'll just craft the whole armor set, but I do plan to have like a hybrid, like with Laggy and Seragios, because I haven't seen certain builds utilizing both of them. This will probably destroy the tent. No, he almost destroys the tent. I think there's a moment where I go over it, I'm like, no, the tent. That was funny. Yep, there it is. The tent gets destroyed, and then Quack mounts him again. I will say, he hits hard. I am wearing the Gamma armor set, so of course everything hits hard. Then his son just gives me a love bite. You're like, thanks, I guess. Yeah, honestly, I think this fight is more straightforward. I think it's the underwater combat that I'm still trying to get used to. Like, I know in my previous video, when I fought Lagiacrus, I said I know what to do. It's also, I'm still, like, learning, like, the flow of it. Because I realize now since, and also, yes, I am using the correct button for the clutch claw, but because I bought the clutch claw back, I had to remember the best way to utilize it. So, when you're underwater, and I'll most likely talk about it when I'm at that segment, and in the video I remember it's which button it is. I think the thing you need to do is the same when you mount the monster. Just clutch claw onto it, use your knife to inflict the wound, then use your weapon attack. It's just different from normal because he has attacks underwater that acts as either an AoE or that knock you off, which can be annoying, and then you have to be wary of like what he's doing. And I also got to see his ultimate, kind of. I didn't get a chance to show the full thing because the camera was facing away from him, but I did get like the beginning and then like sort of the end effect. You actually can survive it, you just have to be away from him, like towards the edge. And it also affects his den, like when you go back up. I'll talk more on that when we get there. But yeah, how many times have you all fought Lagiacrus and how successful has it been so far? Which of the two is harder for you? Is it Lagiacrus or Geos? Is it both? Tempered, non-tempered? And have you made the armor set? Because I did see from Rage Gaming that they did build tests, and I saw there were 3 armor sets for Longsword that I really want to use, especially the last one since that's more of the DPS one. I also will need to see if I have other pieces, because I think, if I remember correctly, the last piece... Oh, no, sorry. One of the pieces was War, one of them was Arc Bow, one of them was... some of them were Laggy, some were Seragios, I don't remember. There was also a Team Darkside build that only used Lagiacrus Helm Beta, and then the rest was just Seragios Beta. But I will say this, I know this is a hunt where we're hunting Lagiacrus, but I do want to talk about Seragios and Adrenaline. So in Rady Gaming's video for longsword players, he actually mentioned something that I didn't know about regarding the properties of Adrenaline Rush. So you can actually trigger Adrenaline Rush with Foresight Slash if you're a longsword player, which is really good. So, especially when Foresight Slash is just an easier counter to get off. Oh, here I go over the top. I'm like, no, my Ted, how could you? But yeah, Foresight Slash is just an easier counter to get off than Special Sheath. So the fact that you can trigger Adrenaline Rush with Foresight Slash is extremely good. And I'm definitely going to utilize that, especially since it's more safe to use than Quick Sheath if you, or sorry, Special Sheath if you miss the timing. So that's also really good that you're not only getting a counter, you're avoiding damage and also activating Adrenaline Rush, and you can continuously proc. So if you're really skilled with Foresight Slash and you understand the monster's pattern and moveset, you know, you'll be able to like keep procking Adrenaline. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. You'll most likely see, me utilizing those armor sets in a build. And this will also be the first time in Monster Hunter Wilds that I make a hybrid build, as opposed to just, you know, here's the pure full set of just a monster like Lagiacrus, Seragios. I'll still get all of the pieces because why not? But I will be I'll only craft the beta armor sets for both. I won't be using the alpha. I'll see how well that goes, and we'll take it from there. And I will have to just check over the decoration, so that'll be something I work on. I have to figure out when this video will come out, but you'll see it probably in the following sessions. I won't give like a specific date or anything. Yeah, then that cycling crush, it hits like a truck. There was also an interesting thing about the Lagiacrus. So after I think this only, I don't know the specifics, but I know for a fact that after the underwater segment, you know how he'll go into the water then jump back out to attack? He actually popped up from like under like the ground, like what we're sitting on, and I didn't think that was possible. Like you will see it later in the video, but I was not expecting it. But I will say, it is nice that the difficulty of both Tempered Lagiacrus and Tempered Seragios both level 5 are actually like really good, because now I'm actually using like, you know, max potions, life powders, flash bombs. So it's really a nice breath of fresh air to see. Oh wait, is this the part where Crag gets stuck in the cave? There's a part, I think it's either in this one or the next video. And also, just to quickly talk about something else, compared to Seragios, like the Tempered one, it took 4 tries for us to get a win. With Lagiacrus, it only took 2, and I believe both times he was threat level 5 8-star Tempered. So that goes to show that I think overall, Lagiacrus is a bit easier to hunt. He's still strong. Don't get it twisted. Like it's not a cakewalk. It's not something where you can just you know, couch gaming, you know, just go on blind, don't have to think. No. He's definitely tough, but compared to Seragios, at least for me and my 2 friends, he definitely feels easier, quote unquote, to fight than Seragios. Seragios is difficult because, you know, he'll be in the air, he'll let you with bleed, he'll like he'll mix you up. Like Lagiacrus, I wouldn't say he's like straightforward, but he definitely has a lot. And remember, I'm running the Gamma Ray Dow set, so it will hurt much more than say Quack or Tsara got hit, but he still does like the good game. But you don't have to deal with him like going in the air. And I don't think, I mean, he has some attack or like, yeah, Quack was not, yeah, that's 2 in a row. He doesn't have a lot of attacks that are delayed, like that one is delayed, but most of them, like the timings aren't that. Also, I don't know why I did a life powder when I probably could have healed with a potion, unless I thought myself was gonna save it. What else? Yeah, I think I don't remember which one it was, but I think in the second video maybe Pratt gets stuck in the cave and we keep telling him come back, and then the guy just keeping him there. So this is what I mean, like I was going back to camp to restock, and I was like, and I was talking to my friend, well, they were telling me like, hey, I'm gonna go back to restock. I'm like, yeah, that's good. Because I think, oh yeah, and here's something I want to highlight if you haven't already fought him. Don't try to counter his ultimate. Just try to Superman dive if you don't know what that means. Just double tap, I guess, either X if you're on PlayStation or the A button if you're on Xbox, and move the analog stick in a direction because you have iframes. Don't try to counter or block his ult. It is not worth it, like 100%. Like, even though I countered it, I still took so much damage, and then I think I ran out of iframes. So it's definitely not good. You just want to avoid that at all costs. I don't know if you can flash him out of it. I have to miss that. That was really nice when I got both wheels on. That was so cool. But if any of you know if you can flash bomb him when he's doing his ultimate, let me know in the comments down below. That would be really useful. Because then we can try that out the next time we hunt him. Yeah, I don't think, I don't know what else. I think this... So it's funny because he went over here not far from his den. But then, like, a few minutes later, he just goes back. So I don't know how far he'll travel besides his den, that area with the waterfall. He never traveled to the one up top where Ufina goes. I don't know if he's programmed to go there. It'd be cool if he could, but it's fine if he can't. Also, does anyone know if Lagiacrus only spawns in the Scarlet Forest, or I don't think, is there any other... No, I don't think there's any other map that has, like, water legends, right? So I guess not. Or maybe in the future when they have more maps, just like that. Yeah, so you always want to just dodge that. It is not worth it to guard or counter, at least in my opinion. Maybe special sheet, you can get away with it, but definitely not 4 seconds. I'd rather just dodge that or see if I can flash bomb it. Yeah, I do enjoy fighting him. I love his theme. It's really cool. I mean, I like Seragios too. Because, man, Tempered Lagiacrus is crazy. But it's good. I'm glad that they listened and they made the monsters harder to fight. So now over here is the upcoming part where I don't remember how it happened, but Pratt gets too close to like the cave entrance, and Lagiacrus just chases after him. Also, that AoE is so crazy that it still hits in the air. Is it gonna? Yeah, okay. So no, that's Nasara. And then I think, okay, no, maybe not. And then he just gets stuck over there. Yeah, and then Pratt goes over, and I think he turns around. Yeah, no, he gets stuck over there. We're like, bro, come back. And he's just stuck over as we're waiting for him, because obviously if we go in there, it's a tight space and it's not going to work well. Especially with AoEs like that, and Pratt's just... like, I don't know what bro did to annoy him that much. But Nasara and I are just waiting for him to come back. I don't know why these monsters hate Quack so much. And here he comes, and the Lagiacrus is hot on his tail. But yeah, that part was hilarious. So I think it's in this part of the video where I'm talking to Quack, and Quack was telling me that in the initial hunt, he was telling me, bro, it's R1, not R2. And I swear during the call I didn't hear him say that, but then I realized, oh, you're right, it was R1 the whole time, not R2. And then I try to, use the clutch claw on him. I do hit him with it a few times. But yeah, unfortunately this wasn't a successful run. But overall, I think compared to Saragios, I feel like hunting Lagiacrus doesn't take as long if you know what you're doing. You've got a good build and a good team to back you up. Because I feel like hunting Saragios takes so long. Like, I feel like he's got more health than Lagiacrus, question mark. But I do also think the underwater battle, like, there's like more options to deal damage to them. Like, you have two rocks. You have one when you first dive in, it's right up, like it's right across from you, and there's one like directly behind you, like at 6 o'clock, like that location right there. And granted, we do hit him with that one. And then there's like the finisher, where whoever deals the most damage does like the finisher animation, and he is dragged up on those like spikes. So I definitely think that makes this hunt go faster than Saragios. Like, you don't have any of that. Like, granted, if you find him in Wyveria, you can try to get him under rocks, but it's really not consistent or feasible because of timings, how fast he is, and like how quickly the rocks come down. But I do think compared to the two, overall, like, it doesn't take that long. Like, both hunts were roughly around 20 minutes each. And granted, even the one where we won was still around like 20 minutes as compared to Saragios. Well, granted, like, I think one of them was like 31 minutes by hunting Saragios, and then the other times the hunts weren't that quick. I'm sorry, they were quick because we carted so fast. Like, we lost. Like, the first hunt, if I had just done it, if I had uploaded by itself, it was 6 minutes. That's how fast Saragios like parted all of us. But this one, the first part was only 20 minutes, and it's actually coming up because I can see it in the recording. Yeah, in the second part of this, I won't really put timestamps, and that was what I forgot it was called in the last one. I won't need to put any timestamps, but yeah, we do lose this one, but we hunt him again right now. So I think I'll just wait until we get to the underwater part again, because I don't really know what else to think about to say. But anyways, I do hope you're all having a good day so far and enjoying the video. If you haven't already, and if you made it this far, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And you'll hear me again in a bit.
ありがとう。助かった。
ありがとう。助かった。
Okay, so it's coming up now. I think what? Yeah. So apologies if I didn't really know what to say in like for a good while, so I just let it play out. But yeah, here's the ultimate. You can see the beginning. I was wondering why I couldn't go back. So when he does the ultimate, you can't go back to the surface. And I thought I was dead, but if you swim all the way across, you'll survive. And I do turn around, and I get to see like the app. So once he does this, you automatically dive back up to the surface. That was all me. And then you see like his den, like it's all scorched and whatnot. But this also means that he's fully charged. So I guess because the whole point is to prevent him from doing that. But I think it also means his lightning-based attacks are stronger and have like a bigger effect. Like I think that lasted longer, and it also extended further. So you definitely don't want that to happen, especially like that, because he just cycle pressured me again. But yeah, I thought it was really cool that I got to see it. So if you're ever fighting him underwater and you're unable to stop him from fully charging, just try to swim as far away from wherever he is as possible. I don't know if he's always like in like the center, but if you swim to the edge, you'll live 100%. Then you'll automatically just go back to the top. But yeah, I just wanted to speak about that. I thought that was pretty cool. I think I'll just say one last thing towards the end of the video after we win. Otherwise, I hope you've been enjoying so far. Okay, I lied. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. So this part right here, he actually comes like out from the ground. That's the first time I've seen him do that. So I don't know if he only does that if he did like his fully charged attack underwater. But usually he comes out from like the sides of like the den. But that was the first time he came out from like under the ground. So I don't know what causes that, but I did want to speak about that just to let everyone be aware that it is a thing that he does. So if anyone fights him and they see him do it more often, and it's because he did the fully charged lightning attack, feel free to just let other people know so they're wary of that. But I also thought it was really cool, and that was, Quack mentioned it's like, hey, he came out of the ground. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Okay. And there you go. I got the last kill. Really nice moment, way to end it. But there you go. There is a tempered 8-star 5 threat level 5 Lagiacrus. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.